So today we finally got our trailer to Ancient Evil, and it's actually a pretty good trailer. I mean, it's really one of the better ones we've got for Black Ops 4, given we haven't had many trailers, but still, it's a really solid trailer. One of my favorites from what I've seen in a while. But of course, if you guys haven't actually seen this, you guys are interested in my initial reactions to all of this, I actually have a stream that I streamed that it's only 30 minutes long, but you really only have to watch like the first 10 minutes to see my reaction to this. But of course, I already did that, so if you guys are interested in that, it'll be on screen right now. But as for this video, we're going to be doing a breakdown of this trailer. Now, we're mainly going to be focusing on, I guess, gameplay aspects, but there are some points where we'll kind of talk about some other things just because they're worth pointing out because they're kind of really unique. But actually, I just want to jump into this. Let's just get into this breakdown right away. But the first thing of relevance that we see inside this trailer is actually what looks like the wonder weapons, and we're going to see 4 different, I guess, versions of this wonder weapon throughout the entire trailer. And of course, this first one we have here is this really blue, I guess, gauntlet skeleton knuckles looking thing. I'm not exactly sure. Now, of course, right after that, we actually see another one of these. What looks like the wonder weapons of this map is kind of looks like a red one with the skull with horns coming out of it. Now, this one, again, we never see what it actually does throughout the entire trailer, but we can imagine it's going to be really the system of this kind of probably going to work like rather the bows from Rocket, or I guess the staffs from Origins, where you could just, you know, build individual ones, or maybe you have to build like one standard gauntlet and then you change into all the other ones like in Rocket. We'll have to wait and see how it works out, but currently that's really all we know about these. We will see the 2 other ones throughout the trailer. And then from here, we actually see how this story is going to work, because it kind of goes back and shows us everything we did before this, and then it shows us after 9, our heads get chopped off, and our characters awaken from, I guess, the mist, or whatever you want to call them, and they are back inside the cavern. It looks like it's going to be directly after 9, so that's something that we were questioning, but it looks like it's probably going to be the case. But after that, it looks like the Oracle of Delphi kind of guides our characters to Delphi itself, and we could actually see what's going on here. We get a nice overlook of what this map's going to be. So what we could see here is actually kind of a lot of different things, and I don't want to say this right away because it just might be wrong, because I've said it multiple times in the past, but this does look like a larger map. I mean, it looks like you get access all the way to the bottom, even the middle giant building, which we know you can because we've seen gameplay of this, and also up the top right, or I guess the very top of it. So it looks like you can access almost all of this area, so it looks like a big map, but again, then I just don't want to jump to the gun too fast because I've done that multiple times. But a couple other things to note is that there's this red crystal all over this map, and as for what that is, I'm just not sure. I mean, there's a possibility it's prima materia, but I'm not sure. I want to say it's that, but it's kind of look different from different places. I mean, the only reason I say it might be prima materia is because when you're crafting Alistair's Annihilator and upgrading it, then you can actually see little images of it, and it has a red glow to it a little bit in the middle, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It could be something entirely different, but if I had to take a guess, it is prima materia. But another thing to note from this giant image is actually mystery box spawn. So, and one thing I really like about this is from the intro, or at least it looks like that, and it could actually show you that the trial's already started because their mystery box is already there. So to quickly summarize this area, it looks like the Oracle of Delphi is actually holding all these zombies in place till our characters get here, and it looks like she's using our characters to kind of, I guess, free her and the other people that are trapped with her. It looks like she was one of the original people to be trapped inside this trial that we know, of course, was they were trapped in because Jason Blundell has already said. So she may be one of them, and she's kind of looking for freedom, and now she brought our characters there and is kind of using them to complete the trial for she and the rest of her people with her could actually escape. That's what it looks like. Another thing to note from this is actually that since the zombies kind of regain control of themselves from the Oracle, it looks like that this is kind of going to be our spawn area, but we're going to have to wait and see for that one, because most of the time with intros, wherever they leave off is where the spawn area is, but at the same time, there are the exceptions where it just isn't the case. But of course, this may be one of those or may not be. We're going to have to wait and see. So right here, we actually see this weird vision looking thing, and I'm not sure what this could be. I mean, my first thoughts were maybe it's that weird vision that you get while you're teleporting from fast travel to fast travel, but it kind of looks different. I mean, it has a green glow to it, and it really makes me think that has something to do with the Oracle, because it does show her right before kind of shaking her head, and then all of a sudden it moves to this weird vision, so maybe it has something to do with that, but I'm not entirely sure. But again, it could just be something entirely new, or at the same time it could be something that we're familiar with, like a fast travel or something like that. But of course, after that, we actually see Scarlet running through this area with the Galil, but that's nothing new. We've known Galil has been in zombies for a while. But of course, the main thing to note here is that we see our first wall buy of the entire trailer, and I believe it's actually an ICR wall buy. It pretty much looks like it. So here we'll see our first and only perk of the entire trailer, and it's Zeus. So we do see that Zeus is going to exist. I mean, that's not really a surprise, but right after that, we actually see our second wall buy of the entire trailer, and it looks like a Bowie knife wall buy. So here we could actually see the artifact of this, and if you guys have been keeping up with just pretty much how you play these chaos storyline maps, is that the artifact has kind of been the power. It's just how you activate everything, open doors that are normally locked with power, or really buy perks and stuff like that. So that's kind of what this artifact has been. But since we do know that the artifact has already been activated before we've even arrived here, it makes you question, is that, are they going to find a new way to work with power? Are we going to get a new way to activate power, or are we going to just have power already activated? And I'm just not sure, but we will have to wait and see. But of course, after this, after our characters seemingly tried to interact with the artifact, we get a bunch of skeleton zombie things to spawn in, and they look like they attack you. I mean, they have weapons and spears and swords and shields. I mean, I hope that's not an annoyance, but we'll have to wait and see. And side note real quick is that throughout this entire trailer, we never actually see any catalyst zombies, so that may be a plus for a lot of people, including myself. But after this, we see our boss zombie, and it's pretty much Garo from, I guess, Mortal Kombat. I mean, that's what it looks like at the very least. Now, one thing I want to mention about him is that it doesn't seem like he's a zombie. I mean, I said this in my live stream while I was talking about this, but his eyes aren't glowing at all, or at least we couldn't see them glowing in any way. This kind of has me thinking that maybe this is one of the people being trapped inside I guess, this trial with the Oracle. Maybe the Oracle came with a couple other people, and this Goro-looking person is one of them. So that could be the case, and he could have just gone mad or something like that. But that would be cool if they did do that, but we'll have to wait and see. But right after that, we actually see what appears to be our third wonder weapon of the map, because we've already seen the red and the blue one, but it looks like we have some sort of electric yellow one right here. Now, I could be mistaken. This could be one. It could be the red one. It could be the blue one, but I honestly think it has this yellow glow to it that we haven't seen before, and it looks like he's using an attack that's kind of like a laser beam coming down from the sky. Kind of looks like the Scorchers from IW's multiplayer, but it looks interesting. But right after that, we actually see our last wonder weapon of the map, and it's this green looking one, and it looks like it has some sort of I guess, earthbending abilities. It looks like he'll just kind of shoot spikes ahead of you, and I guess that's how it's going to work. At least they seem like they'll all have some sort of elemental I guess, effect to them, because one looked like it was using maybe some lightning lasers type of deal thing. This one looks like it's using some sort of earth bending type of deal thing, and then the other ones are red and blue. I mean, let's kind of figure what those are going to be. Probably going to be fire and water or ice or something like that, but we'll have to wait and see how it actually turns out. But also, while this character is actually using the wonder weapon, you can see a Maddox wall by in the background. It's kind of small, but you can see it nonetheless. But right here, we actually see what looks like Pegasus, to be completely honest, and it looks like this horse actually has some sort of electric ability that looks like it's actually killing zombies. So this looks like it's going to be friendly, and this may actually be another one of the people that were actually trapped in here, because maybe this group of people that were like a Goro, the Oracle, and this giant Pegasus looking thing were like, they kind of went in this trial because they thought they could defeat it, but of course if they couldn't, and then they're kind of stuck here, and then that's what they're kind of doing here. They're kind of trying to help our characters get them out. It will help our characters help them get out of this cycle or this trial that they've been stuck in for millennia. But of course, it could be something entirely different, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. Now, we're going to come back to this Pegasus in a little bit because there's something really interesting about it later, but we'll come back to that. But of course, right after that, we actually see Pack-Punch, somebody Pack-Punching. Obviously, we expected Pack-Punch to be here, but we'll get another shot of Pack-Punch in a little bit just to kind of see exactly where Pack-Punch is. It'll be more, I guess, a wider shot of it. But after this, we have some weird-looking hallway, and the only thing I could really put of note here is that there is a wall by in the background, and also when our character shoots, it looks like it explodes. Now, this could just be an acid grenade, or what could be happening is we get a new alternate ammo type. After that, we actually get this weird looking shot, and this actually may be that blue gauntlet that we saw, I guess the very first Wonder Weapon gauntlet thing we saw at the start of the trailer. This may be its ability. It looks like it's just kind of blowing away zombies. They're just kind of flying away. So, and right here we actually see this giant. Now, we'll get a better shot of this giant in a little bit, but this again may be one of these people that are actually kind of trapped inside this trial that originally started it. And she may be one of the many people who came here. Maybe, like I said, the Goro looking guy, the Oracle, and this lady in the Pegasus all may have come into this because they thought they were powerful enough to actually get through this trial, but it looks like they were trapped in there for over a couple thousand years. So that may be the case. She may still be alive, just kind of holding the snake back or something like that. I don't know. After this, we get another look at Pack-Punch. As you guys can see, it's like right under this giant, but of course you can see Pack-Punch there, and behind that we see a fast travel. Right here we see another fast travel with the wall by that I can't make out because there's something perfectly in the way, but it kind of looks like the ICR. I don't know, could not be, I'm not sure, but it's at least a wall by somewhere there. Right here we actually see what looks like another shot of the Maddox wallby, or it could be a new one. At least it looks like the Maddox. I mean, we're working off the edges of this image, but it does look like a Maddox, so this could be an alternate angle of that Maddox. Over here we have what looks like where Spawn is, or at least what we're thinking is Spawn. We see a wallby. Can't make out what it is, but there is a wallby there. It's probably early on Spawn wallby, so it's probably going to be like a Mog, Sog, or something like that, but of course that's only guesses. But then from here is actually where we see something quite interesting, because just like we saw the Pegasus earlier, and you may not have noticed this the first time you watch this through, but you can actually see when you're flying over the map here, you're flying on the back of this Pegasus thing. There's the horse right there. That is it right there. So you're going to be able to fly on this horse. I don't think many people realize this when they watch it, but it's not a pan over the entire map like all the other shots. This is actually you on the horse. So it looks like that horse is not only going to be used for attacking zombies, but it looks like you're going to be able to ride it around. So that looks exciting. I mean, we're going to be able to use that in a lot of other ways that we weren't really expecting, but I really like the look of that. After that, we just have kind of a bunch of really fast shots pretty much where we see one of the occultist member just kind of dead looking. Looks pretty dead, to be honest. It may have been the Oracle that kills him because she's like kind of standing right over him, or at least it makes you think that she is. It could not be the case, so it could be something entirely different, but I imagine it's also from the intro, so we might see that in the intro if they release that before the map comes out. Either way, we'll probably see it because we're going to get the intro regardless. But right after that, we get a quick shot of the giant or what I keep calling a statue, but really isn't. But as you guys can see right here, this is that giant all over again, and as you guys can see, she's not a statue. She's just kind of bleeding with arrows and a snake around her, and this is why it makes me think that she is one of the people who joined this trial that kind of got trapped in it, maybe some sort of giant, because I think we're really leaning into this whole mythology that we thought, well, I guess in real life it never happened, but it's kind of like the giants are actually real, the oracles, the gods, and everything are kind of real. So that's what I'm thinking is here. She may be knocked out or something like that because her eyes are closed, but her eyes might have been gouged out also, so we're just not sure, but we're going to have to wait and see. But finally, it leaves us off with this final shot of this weird looking zombie thing. And now, unlike the Goro looking guy, this guy is definitely a zombie. This guy is most definitely, because you can see that his face is all deformed, and you can see some Prima material kind of growing on him. And if you guys know from the comics, the Prima material is actually what is caused the zombies to actually exist. They're the ones that create the zombies. So that one most definitely is a zombie. It could be a boss zombie though, or it could be the main boss. I doubt it's going to be the main boss, especially how grand everything has been in this so far. And I doubt Treyarch could actually spoil the boss fight. I don't think they've ever done that before. I know other developers have, but I don't think Treyarch would ever do that. But that's really about it for this breakdown, and man, there was a lot of stuff inside this trailer, and I want to hear what you guys think about it. You guys liking what you're seeing here? You're not liking it? I'd love to hear all of that down in the comments, because there's a lot to be excited for from what I've seen this trailer. I'm really liking it. I'm really hopeful for this map. I think it's going to be one of the better maps. Hopefully its Easter egg is solid. Hopefully just everything is good about it, because this is going to be the last map for the Chaos story. And if they're planning to continue this Chaos storyline in their next game, or end the Ether storyline and continue this one, then they need to do something real special in this map, and I feel like they can. And this is going to be their last shot at it for the people to, I guess, for really get people to enjoy their Chaos storyline. I hope they could do it, because recently it's the Ether, or excuse me, the Chaos storyline's kind of grown on me. But anyways, that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and especially bell. But I'm going to go catch you guys next stream video or whatever it may be, but laters, guys.